Good morning, children. So here we are again with our second poem of our literature book, Gulmohar. So already, I guess. So to start with the poem, I'll just read out the poem to you, just to start off with. The railroad track is miles away, and the day is loud with voices speaking. Yet there isn't a train goes by all day, but I hear its whistle shrieking. All night there isn't a train goes by, so the night is still for sleep and dreaming. But I see its cinders red on the sky and hear its engine steaming. My heart is warm with the friends I make, and better friends I'll not be knowing. Yet there isn't a train I won't take, no matter where it's going. So let's start with the introduction of the poem. This poem is written by Edna Vincent Millay. She was a famous American poet and playwright. She was the first woman to win the prestigious Pulitzer Prize. It is a very prestigious award in the West. She began publishing poems while still in high school and earned scholarship for her further studies. Millay was as famous for her bohemian lifestyle as for her writing. So she was a sort of character who did not believe in social boundaries, and she was very liberal-minded. So that was one more reason why she left her mark in the society. Now, getting into the central idea of the poem is about the poet's strong desire to move out of her old, boring, routine life and explore the unknown world ahead. In her lines, she appears obsessed with train and keeps imagining and feeling it day and night. The train here symbolizes her urge to keep moving in life continuously and having change every moment. She looks ahead to meet new people and add new dimensions in her life. She concludes that life holds immense possibilities and experiences. The journey of life is far more important than the destination, and we should relish every moment of it. The poetic devices used in the poem. The first thing is that this poem, Travel, is a short three-stanza poem which is divided into a set of 4 lines or quatrains. Quatrains means 4 lines together when we make a set of 4 lines. These set of lines follow the rhyming pattern of ABAB, which means that the alternate lines, they match with each other, which meaning that the first and the third line, the ending of the lines would be rhyming with each other. The second and the fourth similarly would be rhyming. The poet has followed this rhyming scheme throughout this piece in an effort to create a sense of unity and continuity throughout the poem, which is generally followed by all the poets. Millay has also chosen to make the second line of each quatrain the longest, or at least almost to the longest. This you will, identify when we go through that the second line of all the stanzas are the longest. This establishes a visual and auditory rhythm that will help the reader move effortlessly from line to line. So starting with the first stanza, so in the first stanza we'll take 2 lines at a time. The first stanza, it goes as, the railroad track is miles away and the day is loud with voices speaking. Yet there isn't a train goes by all day, but I hear its whistle shrieking. Shrieking is this high-pitched voice which we hear. So starting with the first 2 lines, the railroad track is miles away and the day is loud with voices speaking. Now see, the poem begins with the speaker describing a part of her everyday life that is not directly before her, but is always in her sight. That is a railroad track. So she is describing that though the railway track is far away from the place where she lives, but somehow she keeps listening to the sound of the whistling of the train throughout the day. The first line describes the fact that the track is miles from where she lives, but it is always on her mind. The presence of the railroad tracks is a reminder of possibilities that are so close but still out of her reach. It symbolizes that she wants to break free of her routine life and explore the world outside. These tracks are not something that she wants to focus on every day, but they keep coming into her thoughts again and again. Loud voices here refer to the unnecessary cluttering of thoughts in our mind, which leads to stress. She wants to escape of all the restlessness caused because of it. So here, the poet is basically talking about that we live in a life which is very fast-paced. And children, if you pay attention, then you will realize that we hardly, stay still. Even when we are sitting idle, something or the other keeps pinging our mind. So these unnecessary thoughts is what this poet is talking about. And she's saying that these thoughts are very loud in her mind, and she gets completely restless because of this. And because of this, she gets into strain and she wants to run away from the routine, boring life and try new dimensions. Okay? Coming to the last two lines of the first paragraph, the first stanza. Yet there isn't a train goes by all day, but I hear its whistle shrieking. Now what she's trying to tell here is that she knows that there is no train which is actually moving somewhere near her, but still she can hear the whistle of the train throughout the day. Right? She knows that there is no train moving right now, but her obsession of traveling makes her hear the sound of the train all the time. The voices that surround her work, they affect her in two different ways. Now, what are the two ways? First, they are an irritant that she is unable to escape. So these unnecessary thoughts of the day, worries, it is actually irritating also. It is irritating her, and she wants to, break free from the clutches of these thoughts, these unnecessary thoughts. She wants to escape. But at the same time, the fact that she is still able to hear the train as it goes by proves how important they are to her. So she is like in a dilemma, She keeps hearing this, getting these thoughts. She wants to break free. She really doesn't know how to get out of this situation. The speaker says that of all the trains that go by, there is not one that she doesn't hear. She is always able to pick out the whistling shriek in the chaos of her everyday life. Now, children, this is a little interesting. This poem has been written in the times when we did not have electric trains. Those were the times when we had these trains which were run with the help of coal. So coal is this koila which we talk about. So they used to have a typical sound, very pinching sound to your ear. So coming to the second stanza, all night there isn't a train goes by, though the night is still for sleep and dreaming. But I see its fingers red on the sky and hear its engine steaming. So again, she is talking about the same thing, that in the night also, she knows that no train is moving in the night time. And the night, it is meant for sleeping, but again, because of her obsession for traveling, she keeps hearing this noise even in her dream. So in the second stanza, the speaker continues to discuss the importance of this moving train to her everyday life. The thought of the train makes its way into every moment of her waking and sleeping. Even though she says that the night is for sleeping and dreaming, still she can't help dreaming of it in her sleep and visualizing the cinders red in the sky. Now, what are these cinders? So, uh, cinders were basically the unburnt part of coal. If you can see at the picture at the right, we have this man. He's actually the person who is responsible. He's the driver of the train. So he has this coal, and there is a big furnace, hot furnace, and this he keeps putting in this coal in the furnace, and the steam which is generated, this steam is used to give a push to the wheels, and this is how the steam engine used to move. So, out of the chimney in these trains, in the steam engines, the chimney used to throw out these small particles of unburnt coal, which were the cinders, and the sky would go red because of it. Even when there is no train there to see, she can't help imagining its engine steaming. So the steam engine is nowhere in picture. She is at the night, far away from the railway track, but so badly is she obsessed that she keeps imagining it throughout it. She knows exactly what it would sound, smell, and look like as if she was directly before it, watching it pass. So she could actually feel as if she was actually in the train. Coming to the last stanza of our poem, my heart is warm with the friends I make, and better friends I'll not be knowing. Yet there isn't a train I won't take, no matter where it's going. So this stanza basically clubs up the whole spirit of the poem. So in the first two lines, she says, my heart is warm with the friends I make, and better friends I'll not be knowing. So in the first two lines, she expresses that she loves and values her friends completely. And she does not dislike her life, as it is full of good friends who fulfill that part of her life. But there is still something missing. She keeps imagining about the life, the life she would be having if she moves out to explore the world, to explore the unknown. But her urge to move out and meet new people is very strong. She feels that the unexplored world would surely help her make even better friends. So when she's talking about better friends I'll not be knowing, she's talking about the people she's missing out to meet because she's not moving out. So she's saying, what she's trying to say is that if she moves out and meet new people, probably she'll find even better friends in life. In the last two lines, which are, yet there isn't a train I won't take, no matter where it's going. So she's trying to say that whenever I get a chance to catch a train, I'll make sure I'll do. And it won't matter to me where the train is going. So in the last lines, the poet wants to express the fact that the journey of her life is far more important than the destination. So you know how the life is going. It goes these days, children, that we are behind targets, ambitions, and we keep running after it. And because of this, we don't really pay too much attention to the current moment. Whereas the ideal way of living would be, to enjoy your present moment to the fullest. And I think this is what she's trying to say, that the path which you take should always be joyful. So no matter which path we choose, we should cherish every moment of our life and live it to the fullest. So if we talk about this poem, sometimes it appears pessimistic, sometimes it appears optimistic. It shows the mental dilemma of the poet, but she surely ends up in a very positive note. which I think which is true for all of us, that no matter which path we take in life, we should always make sure that we are enjoying, and our journey of life should be the journey of freedom, as it is portrayed in this picture. So you're right. So, to sum up the poem, we can say that the travel by Edna St. Vincent Millay speaks of one narrator's unquenchable longing for the opportunity to escape from her everyday life. Unquenchable longing is a longing which cannot be fulfilled. The poem begins with the speaker stating that from where she lives, there is a railroad track miles away. It is a feature in her life that is a constant. Although she cannot physically see it every moment, it is always there, weighing on her mind. It is always capturing her mind. As the poem continues, it becomes clear that the speaker has developed an obsession with the train and where it might take her. She has reservations about the destination and about the journey and about the people she's going to meet. She can hear the sounds it makes all day, even over the sounds of the many voices around her. So she has a lot of movement, things happening around her. But ultimately, it is the train, the whole idea about the train, traveling and exploration, which is always on her mind. The speaker dreams about the train and pictures it perfectly, even while she is asleep at the night time. By the end of the piece, it becomes clear that she is uninterested in where the train is going, as long as it takes her somewhere new. The poem has a hidden message that the journey of life is far more important than the destination. Okay, so I guess, children, you all enjoyed the poem. I also did. So go through this properly, go through the question answers, and in the online class, we'll be discussing all the confusions which we have. So have a nice day, children. Do well.